Hi, I'm Ken Krell. Speakers, authors, coaches, thought leaders come to me to discover how they can take their current position and turn it into high-powered, high-profit, transformational digital events. I can do the same for you too. You're about to watch an excerpt of one of our online events that I think you may find very powerful. After that, I'll meet you and we'll talk about it.
My secret sauce is that what I provide for entrepreneurs is I give them access to power. I'm the yes coach, and I bring the positive mindset and the energy of yes to their business. And wherever they're stopped, we power through it. So what I specialize in, I'm really big on structures. So I teach my clients to say yes to whatever it is that they imagine or envision they can have, and then we structure it out. I use what I call the Merlin exercise. If you remember, Merlin was the magician who lived backwards. So we start with the project already complete and we work backwards to what it took to get there. And we put goals and milestones so they know exactly the roadmap to get where they want to go. It works every time. The biggest tip that I could offer you is that it's a lot easier to figure out how you got somewhere than to figure out how to get there. So if you stand and it's a done deal, it's so much easier to look back and figure out what you did to get where you're getting. So rather than say to yourself, well, I just ate everything I could possibly eat for the holidays, how am I going to lose the next 20 pounds? It's easier to say, I already lost 20 pounds. How did I do that? So one of the things I encourage people with is that I have a positive mindset and it's infectious. As long as you're a happy person full of gratitude and love, you can give it away. So I encourage people to get present to gratitude and love. And that brings a lot of power. And I've dealt with a lot of tragic circumstances in my life. And because of those tragic circumstances, I have generated myself to the point where it's not my environment that gives me power. My power comes from within. One I'm most proud of is that one of my first clients when I first started coaching was a clerk at Whole Foods, and she had this dream that she could be a nutritionist and a health coach. And I took her on, and because I was just starting, I charged a very little amount of money, almost token. And in 6 months, she was making six figures. She was a health coach that was being invited to speak, and she had left Whole Foods, and Whole Foods brought her back as a consultant to teach their nutritionists. And that was within 6 months of my taking her on. I am most proud of that. I'll give you the information, Ken, and you can put it in your notes so that people know how to reach out to me. And I trust implicitly that anything that they need from me, they can ask you, and you'll let them know. Well, I can give you the information to for them to go to my website and download my free ebook, the Yes Blueprint, Scale Your Business to Win, and they can read that, and it'll give them some really great tips on how they can build their business to beyond six figures and more. I've The biggest thing that I took away was community. The usual thing is that people have been coming to me all my life for support and empowerment. I'm not used to people giving it to me. And my first experience of pride was everyone put their kind of arms around me, and they just to this day they just keep giving, and I'm not used to that. And at first I didn't even know how to accept it, and now I'm just drinking it up because it feels so good. But my biggest takeaway is that everyone has something to contribute, and I need to be more open to receive. This is the biggest thing that I got during the I don't know if it was afterwards when I joined Safari. You asked me how much money do you want to make next year, and I said, oh, $50,000. And I thought that was like a big desire, right? The look on your face when I said that, you just looked at me and said, well, per gig, yeah, I could get that. And in that moment, I had a transformation because I realized I was playing too small and I didn't even know it. I thought that was so, I was like, $50,000, and you were like, yeah, okay. And I walked away from that session just dazed. I couldn't believe it. Like, I had no idea I was playing so small. I couldn't grasp that I could make that kind of money. And that was to you, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. Bring it on, which is why I got gung ho about getting started. I'm like, I'm ready. Let's do this. I want that money. The look on his face, I want that. And that was the biggest takeaway for me. I still feel it, in my bones that there's something more for me. And I've had a lot of things open up for me in the last like 6 weeks that weren't available because I'm available now. I'm thinking bigger. Like I just shot an episode of a reality show. Yeah, I know that opened up for me. It doesn't air till next year, but when it does, it's going to be a big, big PR thing for me.
So that's one short taste of how you can use the power of digital events to help people transform their lives and find a new way to live. Want to learn how you can put it to use in your own business? Well, stick with me for the Digital Events Essentials Plan. It's called DEEP. It'll take you through how you can plan, produce, and profit from your own online events. It's pretty great, it's pretty free, and I think you'll like it pretty much. So come join me. Click the link either in the description below or somewhere on this video itself, and we'll take you over there. It's completely free. I think you're going to love it, and it will give you the plan you need to plan, produce, and profit from your own digital events.